What is going on in the Utah real estate market for August of 22? Well, that is what I'm talking about today. I am going to give you a glimpse. If you watched my July update, it was a little bit scary if you're talking about selling. This month, not so scary, and still good news for buyers, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Melissa Ballman, and I am a real estate agent here in the greater Salt Lake City area. So what that means, if you're looking at making a real estate move, I'd love to connect with you. Shoot me a text, send me an email, do what you got to do, but get in touch with me. But first, today, I want to talk about the entire state of Utah and the housing market update. Now, we saw some really drastic price drops from June to July, and that was really scary for a lot of sellers to know that, things are going down and they're going down fast. Now, I am going to jump over into a recording that I did and let you take a look at the numbers and talk a little bit more about those and some of the surprising things that came out of August and what we look like historically. But make sure you stay tuned to the end because I'm going to give some information for both buyers and sellers if they're trying to navigate the market right now. Okay, guys, so let's take a look at some of our summer months because you want to compare summer months to summer months here in Utah. You can't compare the winter months. They're very different. So the first substantial thing to call out for this summer is if you take a look at the June of 22 average sold price, you can see here it was just over $628,000. In July, that dropped to 599,000. So you're talking an almost $30,000 drop from June to July. But take a look at this. August only dropped not even $1,000 down to just over $598,000 average sold price. So that could indicate that things are starting to level out with sales prices and we're not seeing the drastic drop. Now, the other thing to look at for this summer is in July, we had 3,200 units sold, okay, just over 3,200. August, we went back up to 3,600 units sold. But take a look at some of these, like summer of 21, we were well over 4,000 units sold. You're talking 1,100 more units sold in August of 21 than August of 22. And if you look back in history, and I'm going to scroll through this really, really slow so you can kind of catch the numbers, but we haven't seen these summer sold numbers for units sold since 2014. So, things are starting to slow down. The hike in interest rates are slowing the buyers down. Now, interestingly enough, I am finding personally that the multi-million-dollar market isn't quite slowing down as much as I'm seeing with, my $500,000-$600,000 range of buyers, just for me personally. Now, I haven't jumped a ton into the stats of that to see, but, I'm just saying the multi-million-dollar range seems to still be moving along, just not quite as fast as it was in like 2020, 21, when we were at the peak of the market. Now, the other thing I want to call out here is our average days on market here in this last column of things. So you can see it's been slowly creeping up. Last summer, we were sitting at 18, 19 days. If you were in the market last summer, you know that things were like 5 minutes, it seemed like. But the numbers show that, June, July, August, we were sitting about 18, 19, 20 days on market. Well, now we went from 20 to 25 to 32. Now we're only 9 days into September, so this number, you know, it's going to fluctuate a lot on that. But the other thing important for buyers to know is let's take a look at our average sold price to the original list price percentage, and you can see that it's been dropping. So when the market was extremely crazy last summer and things were going well above asking price, you can see 102%, 102%, 102%, 101%. But now we're starting to see that drop down. So in April, things were selling over asking price, but it's slowly ticked down to August being 95%. So what that means for buyers is you're going to have more buying power, more leverage with sellers. You can start asking for things like concessions. You may be able to get the seller to buy down interest rate points. There's things that you are now seeing buyers do that we haven't seen in a couple of years. So that's great news for buyers. So I hope you found that useful information. It's always good to take a look back historically and see kind of where we're sitting. Listen, I don't want to make it seem like things are taking forever to sell and all of that. Really, it comes down to, we just had a house near me this weekend that was listed on Thursday, started showing on Friday, and when I checked back on Tuesday, the house was under contract. 4 days it was on the market and officially under contract. So things can still be going fast, but here's the key. And a lot of sellers are really struggling with this concept still, and I'm not sure why. But gone are the days for you to list high and see what happens. You can't go off of what your neighbor sold down the street last summer or 9 months ago, or really even 6 months ago. You're really going to have to jump into the numbers and trust your real estate agent when it comes time to looking at the numbers and what is currently happening in your neighborhood. This is what I tell my sellers. I work with a ton of buyers, a lot of buyers that are moving into the area, relocating to Utah, repeat buyers. Like, honestly, I am a heavy buyer's agent versus a listing agent. I do both, but more so buyers. So I know the mentality that buyers have, and that is, the longer the home sits on the market, the more buyers are thinking, ooh, I can put in a lowball offer, or ooh, there's something wrong with this house. Why hasn't it sold? So there's a lot of mind shifts that have to happen with both buyers and sellers, but I'm letting you know, if you are looking at selling, it could be a very costly mistake going high, listing high, and hoping for the best. Okay, so good news for buyers. Right now we're sitting at about 9,800 active listings in the entire state of Utah. So you have a lot more options when it comes time to buying. Whereas, during 2020 and 2021, we were excited when we were hitting 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 available homes. And we all know the stories of trying to get into a home during those days. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell. That way you're alerted each week when I drop a new video. I hope you found this video and the information that I shared useful and insightful. If you're thinking about selling coming up, or moving to the area and buying, or just upgrading your home, maybe you've been renting and waiting for prices to drop, give me a call, send me a text. Let's talk about your real estate goals. But as always, make it a great day.